If Charlie and Sandy Gordon's aim was to change whisky, then that needed innovative thinking. And the stories behind the House of Hazelwood whiskies come from the family continually asking the questions, what if we try this? And what could whisky be? It strikes me that there was one way of doing things, and then there was the Gordon way.
Well, Kirsten, here we are in the lovely garden where your uncles played. I'm really intrigued at this point, kind of late 50s into the early 60s, big, powerful firms.
Yeah.
It was a pretty radical move in its own way to suddenly have your own supply of grain whisky.
Stubbornness on Charlie's part that he wasn't going to let them win, so he just decided one day he was going to build Girvan. He built it in 9 months. He used to get up every morning and cycle around the site just to see everyone was at work and so they couldn't hear him coming, and it became legendary. When they'd finished the build, the bike went missing and it was found later on that afternoon, welded to the top of the column still.
Opening day, an historic day for a small Scottish town, and for discriminating whisky lovers the world over. And a great family occasion.
Not only are they taking bold steps in terms of independence, they're taking bold steps in terms of flavour and laying down stocks and thinking about possibilities.
The inventory is just off the chart.
I was wanting to talk about innovation.
Big word.
Big word. Important. How important is it?
If you want to tease new customers into, or new drinkers into whisky, innovation is important. You got to come up with something that catches their eye. I always get a bit crazy when you see old films. They talk about, have a nice single malt. Well, there was no such thing back then. It was a single malt. The wording of single malt did not appear on the label till probably mid-60s, late 60s.
Yeah.
Although there was one bottling in 1962 that we had single malt on the label out in the States, and that was Charlie Gordon. So he was an innovator. You're talking about out there, and I think Charlie was.
It's that leap of faith. Then part and parcel of actually Girvan then existing is, okay, we've got this new kit. Let's start playing with it and see what the possibilities are.
There was a confidence in those two, armed with Uncle Eric as well, that they just kind of knew that if we do this, it's going to be a success.
Innovation can take so many forms for us. Even just before it's new make going into cask, might never make its way at the new make stage, with a home at the end of it, but that doesn't stop us innovating at the liquid stage. And equally with cask finishes, it's the same. We'll experiment with different wood types.
So, and here's the tricky one then, how would you then define a Hazelwood liquid?
Yeah, I think if we see something that we've probably not seen before, there's definitely been a few that it's just like, we don't remember coming across that, and even, Master Blender, just a little bit unusual, something like that.
So Ian Millar has set me a challenge to actually work with you to actually produce a whisky, something that's perhaps slightly unconventional.
Definitely, so we'll have a wee look back through the stocks, a few wee notes of parcels that we've came across recently. Production team, they're always willing to share, what was done before, why it was done, meet up shortly and see what we think.
Brilliant. Excellent. Look forward to it.
Thank you.
Eilidh.
I love the aromas, and even just going into the warehouse, it never gets old. So that's 13 years I've been doing it, and it's still, every time you walk into the warehouse, it's magic. It just hits you. I'll get a request maybe through from Eilidh when it's a range of samples and everything, and just for quality control, monitoring how casks are developing over time and everything.
It's almost like kind of a secret around the casks.
Yeah.
There's
kind of whole mystique about it. It was just like a sample request would come in, and that was amazing because it's every one is so unique for the last. You didn't know what you were going to be getting with the next ones and then it was further down the line we found out this was going to be Hazelwood.